Table.
I'm starting.
Okay.
So how do I
this
get in?
afternoon, I'm happy to have you, my colleagues, here. And I intentionally did not give you the background so that we can think off the top of our heads. There's a problem, and we need to help solve this problem. Our check-in process causes some frustration for the registration desk personnel, and the patients also seem to have some confusion, which they actually did not voice. So today we're going to address a question: how might we improve? Maybe I have to write this out. You all can hear me, right? So I write my question here. How might we improve the check-in process for patients and the registration desk people to minimize the patient's confusion and the registration desk their frustration? And I spent some time observing them, so I'll tell you some of the observations. One, sometimes the patients walk in, you see that little thing that says take a number and sit down. It's also in Spanish. Some patients did exactly that. They picked the number, sat down. Some patients walked straight to the counter and did not wait to be called. Some patients went to the counter and I saw them directed to where Damaris and Katrina sit, where the specialties checkout desk. Some patients also just came in and sat down without picking any number. Then I also saw the registration desk personnel. They get the number and they hang it on a board. And sometimes they are yelling out number 1, number 2, number 3, nobody answers. They don't see the numbers, they're just calling out based on the number that's hanging on their board. Sometimes when they call the patients, you know how they are behind those cubicles. And the patient goes from one to another. Did you call me? Did you call me? Especially if there's nobody sitting in front of them. So today we're going to brainstorm and find out how we can improve this process. So make it easier for the patients not having to run around, and also for, I've given a long background, maybe I wasn't supposed to.
No, that's important.
You need the background. Also for the registration desk personnel, not knowing what number is out there based on what they have hanging. Anybody has any questions?
Does the specialty clinics have separate check-in than
No.
normal? It's all the same? Okay.
Everybody should go through the same process, everybody who walks in.
Currently, is it separate or is
It's
it?
not separate.
Oh, okay.
Everybody walks in. Anybody who has an appointment in this whole building, medical specialty, CPC, has to check in.
Okay.
With the specialties, that desk over there is for those who have questions and who
Okay.
walk in to make appointments. That's
And
where they
do
have
their
to go.
checkouts
And they do their
Okay.
checkouts. But for check-in, they haven't indicated that you have to go to that desk. So be thinking about all possible things that we can do to enhance it. Crazy ideas, anything. We have unlimited funds to do.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, can we
Unlimited
make this
funds.
electronic?
No, unlimited funds. And think about other places where you've gone to where people have to walk in and kind of be checked in or process. Just think about it. Check out things, grocery stores, whatever. So now I want you to write each idea, be as brief as possible on each notepad. Try to use all the different colors, one idea on each card. You can draw diagrams, you can do anything, think of anything that can be done.
Okay. Blocking the views if I move forward.
Nope, you're good.
All
I
right,
can still see
how
everyone.
might we improve check-in process? Is the process. So this is our design question or design project. As many as you can, it's unlimited. When you're done, I'll put them, you can hand it to me. One on each one, not many, just one on each sticker,
Okay.
sticky note. Patient checking. I'm scribbling. To minimize patient confusion
I don't know if this will minimize patient.
and receptionist frustration.
I feel like I'm getting tested.
No, this is not a test.
No, I just can't draw an octagon.
So this is my design question here. So how might we do that? I put fine up here. Let's get as many as we can. Are you done with that?
Yeah, I have to explain primary instead.
We'll talk about it. Or keep it and we'll explain and then we'll put it up. Let's see how many you have. Tim, one on each one. Think about anything, crazy things, whatever. Think about other places
The
too.
receptionists, people say that they liked having the numbers. Like, is that there for a particular reason?
Just do what you
Okay.
think will be best. And remember, they are cubicles, so they can't be seen. They are not numbered, nothing. It's just them sitting behind there,
Yeah.
calling out.
Thank you. I'll write that down.
I don't want to give clues. Crazy ideas, whatever. Expensive ideas, everything goes. Ali, is it recording?
Mhm.
Okay.
See.
So I'll give us how many minutes you think you need to do this?
You have no idea.
Maybe a couple more
At
minutes.
least 5.
Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, then we'll go through it. I'll put them on the board and then we'll talk about it. Be creative.
You want more?
It's not just one more. You have several, so you're not limited.
Oh.
But at least you
Okay.
can do 4.
Oh,
No,
I thought that was one on, right? We're writing one on each color.
one on
card.
each card, and we have several, so you can do
Oh,
more
you
than
have more
one.
than one
Yeah,
together.
the more ideas we have, the better. Then we can find the best approach. Okay. The artist is drawing cat. Go cat.
I need pictures.
Let's see what we can come up with. And after this, you know what? I have to give myself a YouTube tutorial. You know how to download that there?
Oh, onto YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure I had to do it for a class along the way.
Okay.
But
That's okay. I have to learn that today and then. But this is a good exercise. Are you
Hard.
struggling? How are you doing? Tim, how many do you have? Keep working, keep working. Next one.
I'm hoping that peanut butter helps me this time.
right.
I know, yeah.
My favorite here.
Oh, Lord.
I gave you some clues. Think about other places where you go to.
The
Airport, your
DMV has
private.
it down.
Oh, please. Okay, that's another place too.
That's where we're taking.
If
Oh
it
no.
works,
Se cayó. Oh.
if it works, that is good. Doesn't.
Look at your watch while you fix it.
I have a place
Okay,
in
we're
Colorado
good.
that has lines, does not work, so.
Is
it still recording?
So,
Yep.
Is it working?
Mhm. There may be a moment where it
That's okay.
like
We'll
dramatically
fix it.
drops. That's okay.
That's okay. You need more minutes? If each of us
My
get
brain is
all
done.
4, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 24, and that should be a good start. Dora, how you doing?
Okay.
She's so intense. Marcy, are you done? Or you
About
thinking?
3. I can't think of another one.
Think about a crazy one. What happens at the pet store?
No, I'm trying to think of other places, but like Kat said, everywhere I can think of like isn't efficient. So.
It doesn't matter if you.
I put a dog in
Okay.
the corner that will draw everyone to that area and we can catch them.
Okay, so let's start with Laura. I think we're good. Laura, what do you have?
I said to kind of do it like TJ Maxx and everyone wait in a line, and then the cubicles will be numbers, and we'll
Mhm.
say, okay, come to number 1.
Okay, so we have
I
that.
got the same idea.
It's okay. Then we'll group them.
That's like a newer
What's
thing
the
they
next
do.
one?
I mean, I'm kind of going off the electronic stuff. I just have an electronic tablet or TV to sign in, like at an urgent care or minute clinic.
Okay,
So you just
Good.
type in your name,
yeah, and
and then
then
it comes up on the
it
screen.
comes up on the
That's
screen.
very good.
call you?
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
I just said maybe at least have a staff member too stand in the waiting room and kind of direct patients who look
Okay.
lost.
Can
help them
someone,
up.
that's great. Can someone put a twist on this? If we don't have a person, what can we do?
Well, Stop and Shop has a robot.
Okay. Does the robot, okay,
What
that's
does
good.
it-
Did you write
what does
it?
do?
No, but I thought of it.
So write it down.
Check in.
The robot, you know what it does? I asked them, what is the robot? They said they got so many lawsuits for people falling. So the robot goes around to make sure that there are no obstacles in the house.
There's a
Yeah.
robot going through Stop
Last
and Shop?
Saturday, yeah.
There's
Mhm.
some other store too. It's
It's
been like in the
Providence.
news.
What's yours?
Then this one was just eliminate the numbers and just have people when they come in, they just check them in right then.
Why did so many people come in at the same time? What did they do?
They wait
Wow,
on
that was one of the ideas.
Yeah, we're taking all ideas. We'll take them all. Maybe I need to go get is this recording up here too? We can take a picture of it at the end. Maybe I need
I believe
to.
it is.
Okay.
Yes,
No
it
one-
is. It's kind of far away, but we
We'll
can see
take
that
a
there's
picture. I'll
posters
go
on
take-
there.
Who will go next? Ali, Mercy?
I think I had a lot of the same ideas as Laura. So like
This
one
cannot
with
be
TJ
seen
Maxx.
well. Can you write it here? I'm
Yeah.
going to get tape so I can tape that up.
Come on,
I'll
Jess.
be right back.
I think I
So
have to
it
put
doesn't
right
fall.
mine.
I'll be right back. If something doesn't
And
show
then what?
properly, just copy it and I'll be back.
Yeah, I saw the robot in Stop and Shop and I'm like,
I didn't know it was in Stop and Shop
So
now.
I have not seen it in the
Cause
East
there's-
Providence Stop and Shop.
yeah, it's just like, it doesn't have hands.
In
It
the
was like
East
a,
Providence one?
I go there
East Providence.
weekly.
I've never seen it.
Where,
Was there
the robot?
yesterday?
It's been in the news, but some grocery store I hadn't
It's-
heard of that I didn't think was around here.
The robot?
Yeah, I
There's
didn't know they were
one
in
on
Stop and
Route
Shop.
6. Stop and Stop Route 6. That's where I saw it and I'm like, what is this thing doing?
you hear more like
Does it have
spell
the big
and
eyes?
something. Spell
Yeah.
and out. So I was hearing that more
Uh-huh.
often than they said it's for that.
It's the robot alerting them. Okay, so what else do you have, Marcy? Let's go to Marcy.
So this one's the same as Laura's, like TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx, okay. This is not sticky box. What else do you have, Marcy?
And this was, I think all of mine were kind of the same as Laura's, but I also thought like if you have patients, like just form one line and like check in before sitting down, so like I'm sure to remember.
So we eliminate the numbers? So we just have them form a line and then we have them come in, walk in, we check them in. Okay. Any more?
And then I also had, if you had like a check-in kiosk, kind of like the self-checkout at the grocery store, where like people could use that
Okay.
if they wanted to.
So when they come in, they check in themselves and then they sit down until
That would be
they call
good
them.
to check out. too.
That would be
Then
great.
if you're all done, you just tap
Yeah.
Okay.
leaving.
Any more for you? Okay, let's go this way, then we'll come to Allison. Tim, what do you have?
So I said we keep the numbers, like when you call and leave a confirmation appointment, if you leave a message, just like inform them, say make sure you take a number when you first walk in.
Okay, that's great,
Ooh.
that's great,
Yeah.
cool.
That's all working over here.
You may only have a couple,
Here's a
but you thought
turn.
outside the box.
Okay, what else do you have, Tim?
Kind of like having an initial check-in station where you don't really do the whole process. You say like, my name is here, I'm here, they just give you a number. That way they, you know what numbers you're giving out,
Who give them the number?
just like a different check-in person.
So
like the
we
whole
introducing another person up front who'll say my name is and then,
You just tell my name is whatever,
And they
I'm
give you
here,
the
they
number.
put, alright, here at this time, here's your number, then the people like checking in know how many numbers there are, they know how many numbers they gave out,
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe that person would have to be like right near the door, so like
Right
you
near the
can't
door.
even like go past.
okay.
Then they can make that electronic, you know, the numbers, that way they don't have to be
Okay.
back and forth.
Yeah, that was my last, so this is using electronic
Oh,
like
sorry.
kiosk
Okay,
to do the whole process and not even have a person there.
thank you. Okay, so now, Kat, let's see what you have.
Right, I have pictures, so I need to explain. First, well, the easy one is to just get rid of the numbers and use the lines. So my 3 ones are ways
Okay.
to use lines.
It's a spin-off.
You know, post-it
Okay.
flow.
Get rid of the line.
All right, first one is the yellow brick road. Everyone knows knows what that is. So you paint something on the floor
Okay.
that directs them towards the check-in counter.
This is interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good.
That's true, they do that like in hospitals. and
Yes.
things,
Yeah,
like
like-
you see the feet.
Like
Even
pictures, because we have so many languages here,
Yeah.
so put like arrows on the floor and shoot them. It would be like a different colored section of the floor that you should walk down. And you could have ropes if you wanted, but it would basically bring them right to the check-in counter
Okay.
and eliminate the numbers.
Good.
The other one is like Laura's, to have a kiosk
Mm-hmm.
where it would print out the patient bracelet or give them a number
Mhm.
after they check in, and then the desks in the back would call them to update like insurance and things like that.
Excellent. So how do they know to go to the kiosk?
Same
You
thing,
teach
like
them?
kind of the colored floor to bring
Okay,
them
to the
side.
kiosk. Okay. Good.
And the third one's similar to what Tim said, which is replacing the kiosk with an actual person, because if
Okay.
I were checking in and there were people here sick, I would not wanna touch that kiosk.
Okay.
So I would want a person to check me in, give me a number to get like completely registered
Okay.
after.
That's good. Okay. So Daniel, what do you have?
Add Purell.
Very
It's all
similar.
Add Purell stamps, right?
Mine is similar to like all of them, but
Ali, are we recording?
We are.
it's,
Okay.
Yes.
so I thought of a guided pathway, so you pretty much have no option for going anywhere when you walk in the door but there.
Okay.
And you will go either to the person that will initially, check you in, but that, like with belts, you know how they do on the
Mhm.
airport, and you just like
Mhm.
force to that place.
Okay.
So that will be the initial. And then to get the number, you could do something like, they do a Panera, they
Mhm.
have like the paper.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh.
It's like Panera.
Funny.
Yeah, because then you just take it, and then if it's electronic,
Yeah,
you
and
just
it's
record
fun.
the number you took, and then you just like, they would
That's
kind of press it and bring
interesting.
it to the,
That's a good one.
Good
Um,
one.
yeah, and then also the numbering of the cubicles,
Mhm.
because you have to go where you need to go,
Go.
like the marshals, they
Yeah.
have the numbers.
1, 2,
And
3.
voices, like
Okay.
to call it, calling number so
So-
to register 3.
That's what it
It's an
goes.
intercom instead of screen or
Yeah.
something.
Exactly. Yeah, something more agreeable
Okay.
to the ear.
Instead of all like 3 reps yelling the same number at the same time. Okay.
Yeah, and then that also tells the patient, like, it gives you a sense of progress of where
Mhm.
you are. Like, now I'm calling number 4, and now it's
Okay.
7, so you don't get all impatient about.
Okay.
And then the robot.
The robot.
The robot will still be there too, with all of that.
We would
What is
obviously
it?
get a robot.
What is the
Yeah.
robot going to do to direct them?
To make sure they actually did what they were supposed to do. Do you have a pager?
Do you have a
Did
number?
you have a number?
Okay.
Do you have any questions? Did you
Okay.
need sanitizer?
Maybe Purell could like give us a robot, right?
Right, yeah.
Who's
Like,
sponsoring?
Yeah.
Really robot.
Robot giving Purell. That's interesting. See the many ideas we came up with. Okay.
It's like one big idea with like little
Yeah.
branches,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So what next? Allison, it's your turn now. Tell us.
So some of these are similar, like a person giving a number at like a FAQ booth. So like if you wanted to just like make an appointment, she could direct you to like Damaris, so you wouldn't take a number. TJ Maxx Marshalls, we clearly all shop there together.
We all do.
We all do. That's becoming my favorite shop now.
Like at my old kickboxing studio, you used to put in your birthday and like your like first name and like the last 2 letters of your last name, and it would be like, what class are you checking in for? So like say like what appointment they're checking in for, so you would like know.
Where to go.
And then they could just check in, and then if like the front desk needed to see them, they could call them up. If they
Okay.
didn't, let them be. This is
Where
like
you putting your name and then checking.
at the deli, like they have the electronic kiosk
Where?
where you can just tap it. to
Where's
get,
that?
Well, it's in Price Chopper, which I don't think there's some in Mass.
Okay, what is it?
It's
A
you
grocery
tap
store?
the So you tap the electronic thing and it gives you a number, but there's a big electronic board that says the
That's
number.
pretty easy.
Oh,
So
okay.
you could like have a like people would notice that there's a large board that numbers keep popping up, so they'd be like, well, why don't I have a number? And then like the number could just show up above each person's head.
Oh, like the daily counter.
Yeah, and it like electronically keeps track of who has a number, so you're not like calling 12 and there is no 12.
Okay, got it. Any more?
No, that was
Which one was this one?
Oh, that was my
Maths.
TJ Maxx.
Okay. Thank you. This has been very fruitful. As you can see, I'll take it a step further. We're going to, if we had limited funds, which one would you say we could pursue quickly? Something that will make the frustrations easier for them. Which one do you think doesn't need much money?
I mean, even if you just put a piece of paper at their stand, so you would know what number they were doing.
So the kiosk is out in our pager, in our robot.
I'd say at least like that's like guided, like the pathway, or using the ropes
And
to at
the
least
ticket.
funnel them
And the
right
tickets.
there.
And maybe like a middle school whiteboard to like put the number that they called, so we can do like
Right, it's like
knock
roll it
off
up.
TJ Maxx.
Yeah, they put the numbers in a little board behind them, so maybe they could enlarge that board.
Yeah.
Make it bigger and make the numbers bigger. Did anyone think of a mirror? One of the ladies actually said, wouldn't it be nice, I had to interview them too, if we had a mirror that showed us what number was hanging out there. Instead
That's the
of us.
question I had. Like, where are the numbers? How do they know?
Have you
what
seen
number?
it? You go out and walk there. It's this stand here and these numbers, little square 2x2 numbers hanging on it. Alison took one when she came.
When I came for an interview, I didn't know how else to get into the place, because normally you just go up to the checkout lady and be like, I have an interview with Ruth. But I took my number and sat down because it told me to.
Sounds like we need a separate kiosk for visitors.
I needed an FAQ booth.
Candidates.
Oh, that's right. If you're here in business, don't miss it.
Right.
That was a robot.
Yeah, and could we like include something about if someone was making an appointment to bypass, pick the number and go straight to the Damaris's desk?
Yeah.
How about that?
Right, like you'd have kind of like a rope that said if you're checking in for appointment here, anything else like.
Maybe like a
over here.
frequently asked questions board.
Okay.
Mm.
Write it down. Frequently asked questions, but write that
Okay.
down and give that to me. And then I think our session is over. I'll have to go and put these together, and then the next time will be the design. I don't know. I have to look at this week's lesson, but this was interesting.
It was.
So
It's a good
when we're trying
For
to
us to know
solve a
what's going on out
problem,
there.
You're done. We all learned something
together,
today.
people to help us. Okay, I think we're done. Thank you very much for coming to this session. And we could use this even in our practice to solve simple problems like our no-show issue. Yeah.
Working
Thank
as a
you.
team.
So now we can end. Let's clap for ourselves. We did well. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a whole
You
bunch.
wanna take a picture of it?
Yeah. Daniel will
You can
take a
stop the
picture with
recording.
her phone,
Okay.
and then we'll